Hey guys, it's Mario here, and in this quick video, I want to share with you a productivity tip that helped me a lot to stay productive and actually get a lot more stuff done in the same amount of time. And just to give you a little bit of background, why I started researching this is I felt like I was doing so many hours that I didn't have any more hours to give. I felt like I was reaching a cap with how many hours I'm able to work. I mean, we're talking literally that my whole day was work, gym, and sleep. And between, I would just eat and that's it, right? That's my whole day. I didn't have absolutely any time to spend with family, with friends, and nobody, right? And that's how weeks and weeks I would be in these periods of immersion. And I'm not saying anything against hard work and doing a lot of work, but it felt like I was doing so many hours that those hours were kind of junk hours. It was just junk time. I didn't really increase my productivity at all, but I've exponentially increased the amount of time that I was working. And I actually try to cut this back by deliberately going to the beach and deliberately like trying to get out of it. And once I would be there and I'll be lying down and I'll be looking at the sun and I would feel like I'm getting stressed. I'm getting stressed because I'm not working. I felt like I was in that trap, almost like, I guess that's how workaholics feel, and I probably am a workaholic. I mean, let's face it. I felt like that trying to relax made me more stressed than when I was actually trying to work and working, which is, I mean, a total mind-blowing fact, right? And I'm not saying that there's anything against these periods of immersion where you really have to go through the wall and really push yourself hard. That's definitely the case, but for me, this was happening for months and months and months and months. It started to impact everything, my health. I couldn't get the stress away, even though I meditated, even though I tried to incorporate that in my life. It wasn't enough to manage this. So now let's go back to the productivity tip, and it's something that's really simple. And I mean, I can't believe that it took me so long to actually get this tip rolling in my life, and that is taking deliberate breaks between blocks of 60 to 90 minutes of focused work time. Right? Taking deliberate breaks, and I mean true breaks, and not gray zone breaks or like something gray area like checking your Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. No, I mean a legit break where you literally go for a walk, you literally go do something completely different, and then you go back to work in like 5-10 minutes. And if you have, let's say, 4 to 5 of 90-minute blocks throughout the day, your productivity is going to skyrocket. And now we're going to the second part of this tip, is how you organize these blocks of time. And what really helped me is kind of do a thought experiment is, if I had only 2 hours in a day to work, if someone told me you can work only 2 hours today, what would I try to accomplish in those 2 hours? What would be the tasks that I would put in those 2 hours, and how fast would I be able to do so? And it's incredible, once you do this thought experiment, is how much of that junk you just throw away and you focus on the essential, and then you put that essential stuff that you feel like you would do in those 2 hours as either the first thing you do in the day, or put that in your peak day. And that's the third part of the productivity tip, is that there is a peak time in your day where you can enter the flow state the easiest. It's the peak time for me is about 3 p.m., right? About, let's say, 1 to 3 p.m. At that point, I'm just well rested. I can enter that flow state. I feel like I have the highest energy of the day. I feel like I'm just woken up enough so my brain starts working super rapidly, and I feel like that's the time of the day. I mean, it can vary for you, it can vary for individuals, but it's important to identify what's your peak time. For someone it might be 8 p.m., for someone it might be 7 in the morning. Identify your peak time and then place that there. And that's how you will be able to accomplish an incredible amount of work in a lot less time, and actually set a deadline at the end of the day. Okay, 7 p.m., afterwards, no more work, right? And once you create that deadline, it almost creates a sense of urgency for you to actually step it up and approach the work that you have to do with proper intensity. Because if you're not approaching it with the right intensity, it's going to take hours to do something that takes 10 minutes. And I know that. I mean, I've experienced that myself. If I put that pressure on myself, that healthy pressure, having that sense of urgency, having that deadline, actually something that takes me regularly like 4 or 5 hours of unfocused time, I can get done in 1 or 2 hours. Just because I've just set a deadline and said to myself, well, this has to be done until this point of time, and there's no other excuse. And you can use these 60 to 90 minute blocks and you'd be totally surprised how much work you can actually do in an hour and a half. It is mind-blowing once you set up this time block, and I'm gonna link you guys app in the description below that I use to kind of time these blocks for myself. So you use that app, it's on a phone, so it kind of counts down and gives you a reminder, and you can use that with a regular clock or whatever method you want to use. So hope you guys enjoy. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I know a lot of you want to be super productive, and that's kind of a part of just being the best person you can be, is truly mastering productivity and your habits and your output. And I mean, I don't think that generally, I mean, there is happiness without output. There has to be some kind of output, some kind of production or adding value to the world if you're interested in being happy. And you can see, I mean, clearly people who are the happiest in the world are people who are also contributing the most, and that contribution is a part of being a human being, is improving people around you, improving the world in a way that you know how to improve the world. So being productive and kind of being happy really goes hand in hand, and it's about mastering both, and then you will definitely be much more fulfilled and live your life and enjoy it a lot more. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button below to support the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.